Okay. What is up, guys? We are here to talk about some of the cuts going on once again, guys. These cuts. A lot of people think that they're stupid, that they're bullshit. A lot of people are crying about it. I'm one of those. I think the cuts are necessary. I think they're necessary. What, you want to hoard around? You want to keep shit? You want to keep shit in your pool? It's going to infect everything else. You got to get them up out of here. The ones who are just on cruise control ain't getting nothing done, ain't bringing no kind of ratings, no ticket sales, no merch sale. Get them out of there, man. This is business. It ain't a charity event. Like, you can't keep everybody there to take care of everybody. Like, it's wrestling. A lot of these NXT motherfuckers, people don't want to see them. Get them out of here. Pull NXT's deal. Go back to like the FCW, OVW style. We don't want to see NXT anymore. We're tired of seeing jobbers. We want to see stars. We want to see stars. That's what we want to see. I'm about to spark up. How many of y'all want to see jobbers on your TV? And I'm curious. Let me know why. Why do you want to see a jobber like Kairi Sane return at Backlash? I'm hearing. Finally got a torch. Yeah, got a Red Bull ready. I'm not a big energy drink person, but it's the orange strawberry apricot. Finally got a torch. We're gonna be using that today. Appreciate anyone tuning in to my lives. Been working on the car today. Dude, it is loud outside. That's one thing I hate about where I live. I live right next to a train station. Or not a station, but train tracks. It gets old fast. Gas prices, man. Gas prices are fucking crazy. Left earlier today. They're insane. But let's get back to it. Backlash 2026. John Cena is going to be there probably to announce Club WWE. Zillafod too. Some people are saying might return or not, might make his debut. Kairi saying people saying might return. I don't want to see that. Stop listening to these marks. There's only 37 of them. You don't listen to them. You listen to the million, the silent majority. You listen to the silent majority. That's who you want to listen to. You don't want to listen to these fans who just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's for certain what you don't want to do. Your company will get ran into the fucking ground if you do it like that. Stuff opening up. Ask me later. Appreciate anyone who's tuning into the live. We're here to talk WWE TKO. I've been playing a lot of the old wrestling games recently. Kind of a mark for those. Thought about getting back into collecting action figures again. I don't care. Fuck it. Why not? Man, a lot of people I went to school with has been dying recently. It's crazy. But we're here to talk about wrestling. So, if you guys got any comments, any thoughts, anything like that going on, we are live, yo. I've been slacking on my diet the last few days. I need to snap back into it tomorrow. I've lost 70 pounds the last few days. I've been slacking on my diet. I want to say the last 4 days, I've been slacking on my diet. I've been on this diet for a year in July, but the last few days, I'm like, oh, I'm 70 pounds down. So I just tried to fucking, get some calories in. But yeah, I'm gonna crack this Red Bull open here soon. I can't wait to try that again. But yeah, I don't know why so many people are crying about these TKO cuts. I honestly feel like they're necessary. I really do. And anyone who says they're not is just completely full of shit. I appreciate anyone who's tuning into the live, checking us out, watching us. We're pretty consistent with this, I like to think. We're going to keep going, keep popping up, keep reviewing these shows. There's not a lot of people in the YWC who actually know what they're talking about. YWC, IWC, whatever you want to call it. There's really not. There's a lot of people that kind of just go with the flow. They praise WWE. They're looking for a job. They want everyone to like them. I'm not that guy. I've never been the one where everyone likes or I care if everyone likes. When you're independent, like people naturally come at you when you have your own thoughts, your own opinions, things like that. When you don't go with the grain, when you add that and the fact that you're 6'5", people don't like that. But yeah, man, I watch a few people up in the YWC. I have to like their opinions, not all of them, but like for the most part, in order for me to actually be invested. There's been a few YouTubers like that. I had one YouTuber that I was a fan of. He was a very small channel a few years ago. I ended up becoming friends with the guy. I realized the guy was pretty much an adult loser, so don't talk to him anymore. There's been people like that that come around, man. One thing I've always noticed about me though, every person I've ever fallen out with, they always try to be friends again. Whatever that means, I don't know, but they always end up trying to come back around or being friends again in some capacity. But yeah, man, I've been watching this shit for 20 years. I don't know if I've seen a period as bad as now, but I will say I like what they're doing with the cuts. The New Day, Kofi ain't been doing nothing the last 7 years. It just is what it is. It really is. And the Wyatt Six, they weren't doing shit. I wasn't even a big fan of Bray Wyatt, honestly. I liked the Fiend. I'm sure Bray Wyatt was a great person. Was never as a kid I hated his character. There's a rant on my YouTube from 2015, a Bray Wyatt rant. Probably gonna age like milk now. That Bray Wyatt rant. But whatever. Man, I'm still marked out about that torch. That's so cool. I like how YouTube I can just chill and smoke. TikTok be tripping about that shit. Like, come on, TikTok, get with it. Hopefully, we'll have a few people popping in and out of here today. Usually, here recently, I've been having a couple here and there that'll pop in and out, leave a few comments. I just started getting comfortable enough to really record again. For the longest time, like I got so overweight, like I did not want it to be on video. I'm still overweight. Like I'm 70 pounds down. The last 4 days I've been slacking on my diet though. So tomorrow I'm getting snapping right back into the diet. Managed to lose 70 pounds. We're gonna finish the job and lose 150 total. That's what I plan on doing. And Wrestling Rampage. Wrestling Rampage. I know you guys watch my videos. I don't know if they watch my live streams. I know they watch my videos. Now they're uploading Facebook archives, or not Facebook, or Facebook Marketplace. And right after I start uploading Facebook Live archives on my channel. Then before this, they mentioned how they don't do pickup video game pickups if they only have one game. They have to have multiple. Knowing that I did a couple with one game, but whatever. I don't hate Wrestling Rampage, to be honest with you. I was just looking for content at the time. I really don't hate them at all. I'm not a fan of Donald Trump. They wanted to put me in a category where I'm like some big Trump supporter, even though I did not support him in 2016 or 2020. I said in 24 he was a better option than Kamala. That was about it. But he's still a terrible person. I don't fuck with him. It is what it is. Take it or leave it. I don't give a shit. But yeah, we do got a couple haters up in here. We got one that whatever. I ain't even gonna plug his name. He don't deserve me to plug his name, but he has a very sad life. I'll just say that. Very sad life. Waiting for everybody to see the stream. Yeah, there's Braun Breaker, Seth Rollins. I'm not really looking too much forward to it. There's only like what 5 matches. What is it, man? They don't want to give us shit. They're selling bags of air. All these commercials, no matches. Like they got to stop this shit because it won't work out for them. I do like the cuts, but it won't work out for them if they keep doing this shit the way they're doing it right now. It just won't. I've been kind of growing at a steady rate recently. It's been pretty cool to see. Man, I have a lot of old YouTube videos that got deleted over the years, and I'm so pissed about it. I really am. I had a 2017 Great Balls of Fire review. I had a few reviews in 2016 extra that got deleted. Had a 2021 DVD collection video that got deleted. It is what it is, though. I had a video on my channel that had 3 million views, but it got deleted because of copyright. But I actually deleted it because in order to get my channel monetized, which it's not yet, I can't have copyrighted content. Just can't do it. I think everybody's busy today, low key. There's some people that get up on here and they just bitch way too much, dude. I just tell the truth. I don't bitch at my audience, nothing like that usually. That strawberry apricot hit, bro. It hit. But what's everybody think about what's going on with Roman Reigns? I think they're just wanting his ass to show up to work, or they don't want to pay him as much as they're paying him. Like they just feel like they're overpaying for the limited appearances that he gives. And they're starting to really dig in TKO. WWE's kind of like, yo, keep that separate. We got this. We got this to TKO, and more TKO keeps like opening that door, and WWE's pushing it back. That's what it seems like, anyway. So the women's division's kind of shit right now too. Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, like we've seen it, been there, done that. Do something new. Come on. That Liv Morgan trouble video was so fucking cringe. Cringe, bro. Cringe. It's almost unbelievable what this product has become, bro. I can't believe that they've really sold out the way that they have. It's crazy. Vince, bro, why? Vince was rushed to make a sale. He couldn't have all the time in the world to nitpick every little thing. You know what I mean? He might have fucked up and legitimately sold the company like without any clauses that he can come back in any way. I don't think TKO minds what Vince. I think they just want this shit swept under the rug, and then once it is, they would like to bring him back. But the Vince is 80 years old. Turns 81 this year. Like, come on. Just imagine that pop though if Vince McMahon's music hit when it came back. That would be crazy. If I were to ask, if I were to put up a poll and say on a scale from 1 to 10, how enthusiastic are you about Backlash Tampa? What would you say? But I don't know if it's my title, my thumbnail. so far this one's not doing as good as the other two when it started off. I think it's also because everybody's busy today. What do y'all think about that hantavirus shit, man? Come on, they let 23 people on a cruise ship, 20, and they let them back. I mean, I heard they're quarantined and shit, but still, you don't want to take that risk. That they could go out in the public, infect 6 people. Those 6 infect 20. Those 20 infect 1,000. Like, come on, man. We just got out of COVID 6 years ago. Well, no, we started COVID 6 years ago. We got out of COVID like 2022, in my mind. Um, you could say 23, but I say 22. John Cena says his Backlash announcement will shock the very foundation of WWE. I think it's just being overhyped, blown out of proportion. It's going to be an advertisement to sell you something. It's crazy they won't let John Cena rest. How long until they try to be like, man, one more match, bro. One more, one more match. You know they missed that John Cena money though. I would too if I was running a company and I seen that my sales were down from the year prior. I dead ass would too. I'm about to have to pause and go promote this video a little bit more. Try to get more people up in here. I know we've only been live for 20. I mean, we've been live for 29 minutes. About 15 of that was towards my home screen, but man, I'm excited. I got WWE today. Today I picked up. I got WWE 2K18. Man, this was kind of a void for me for years. Never got to own this game, and it still bugs me to this day because I got 2K17 when it came out, and I was pissed because they had just brought back the brand split like right before 2K17 came out. So the brand split wasn't really in 2K17, and I was like, so we had to wait a whole year for them to enter that into a game. And then I had money for 2K18. When 2K18 came out, I had just turned 17, but on the build up to 2K18, I was still 16. And I had money, and I ended up spending it on on something else right before, and I just never, for whatever reason, never got 2K18. And in December of 2021, PlayStation had a free trial on 2K18 and 19. I played it a little bit temporarily, not much, like 2 matches or something, if that. But I know it's not the greatest wrestling game ever, but it's kind of a void, because it's cool to go back and revisit those times. Like if you like that era in WWE, games are a cool way to go back and revisit that time frame and kind of add new things to it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can only get so much out of that era. You know what I mean? So that's a way to go create new memories for that particular era. Been playing a lot of 2K15 on the PS3. I actually ordered 2K15 on the PS4. I used to have it, but 2K15 on the PS3 is basically a whole different game. I got that for $4.99 at GameStop off the app, GameStop app. That was crazy, but that game is fun. I've been playing the Who Got NXT mode, and 2K15 on the PS4 is on the way. But yeah, and then Danhausen's gonna have a mystery tag team partner. Stephen A. Smith, no, come on, we don't want to see that, do we? I don't know. What else are they doing? I seen somebody talking about Logan Paul. They're like, man, what's his physique? I need his workout routine. And everybody on Twitter is just like steroids, 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 steroids. I don't know. I feel like people just imagine. Can you imagine working like really hard to obtain a physique like that, and then people just say steroids because they know they could never do it? Same way as when you lose a bunch of weight, people are quick to say Ozempic, this or that, because they could never have the discipline to do it without a shot or without medication. People project their own insecurities onto others. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. And you know who's been quiet recently? Sean Ross Sapp. That's one of the biggest clowns in the wrestling industry. Sean Ross Sapp, who I actually met in person. I didn't meet him, but I seen him. It was at AEW Revolution 2024. I was waiting in line to get into the show outside the Greensboro Coliseum, and this was Revolution 2024. And I was waiting in line with my cousin, and I see a dude in a white like button up shirt. Like he was surrounded by a few friends, and he just walked by like almost like he was surrounding himself with people that makes him feel like a big deal or something. But like I'm like twice this dude's height, but he just walks by and looks right at me. I don't know if he recognized me from Twitter because me and him's exchanged on Twitter a few times. But the way he just looked at me and then looked away, it was just hilarious. But like I feel like I mogged him a little bit, low key. Maybe he got upset. I don't know. I really don't know. That's Sean Ross Sapp though, and we got 3 in the house. I appreciate you guys. Told that story. Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com. They break all the wrestling news. How I seen him at AEW Revolution 2024. Man, this dude probably was like 5'9", I'd say, if that. Maybe I'm hyping him up a little bit, but I'm 6'5", and I didn't expect to see him there. I really did not. I did not expect to see Sean Ross Sapp there. I was waiting, like I said, I was just waiting in line Revolution 2024 with my cousin, and he just walks by and he's surrounding himself with a few friends. He's wearing a white button-up shirt, and the way he just walks by and like he just looks at me, and then we made eye contact, and then look away. It was one of those clear, very clear eye contact moments, and I don't know what his deal was. Like I said, I really don't. I really don't. I didn't expect to see him. It was very shocking, but it was waiting in line to get into the building for AEW Revolution 2024 because I'd never seen him in person. So like it was shocking to see someone like you've only ever seen online, but see him in person. It was kind of crazy. I've been watching Rob Van Dam's podcast. He's 55 and just had his first kid. Just crazy. Hey, at least he got some though. That's good for him for real. But yeah, his podcast is pretty cool. Or he was on a podcast. I don't know if it was his. It might have been on some. I really don't know how that works. He's got a cool setup too. He's got some action figures and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty dope. I don't know why nobody's commenting today. People are just popping in and watching, but not commenting. It's crazy. Maybe it was the thumbnail or the title that I did wrong this time. Not sure. You have to draw things out. This day and age, you have to really draw things out for people with crayons because, like, they can't assume. You got to make it flashy, and you really got to dumb things down for them to click on. But I'm about to promote this stream some more. I'll be right back, guys. You guys stay tuned. Make sure to like, go grab some snacks, do whatever you got to do during this time. Use the bathroom. I will be right back with you. We're still here, guys. We're still here. You guys thought I wasn't coming back, huh? Yeah, we back. Making sure we look straight. We back, motherfucker. We back than a bitch. Eating some of these Reese's. Today's the last day. And today's my fourth day eating them. Not watching my diet. We're going back to it tomorrow. I dropped a piece. I don't know what's been up with this stream. The stream hasn't done great. Tesla stocks are up. Waiting on some people to come in. We ain't about to sit here and talk to ourselves. I'm not gonna lie, them Reese's are killer, man. Fucking Reese's, man. They are literally killer. And they're not even using their natural ingredients right now, are they? I'm already ready to go back to eating healthy. I just miss the way I feel. Yeah, this stream, particularly for some reason, is not doing as well as the ones from the last couple days. Whatever reason, I don't know. My diet has been off track this week, but boy, do I miss eating healthy. We're going back to that tomorrow. Whatever time I go to sleep tonight, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna wake up. I'm not gonna eat probably for like 6, 7 hours, maybe 8 hours after I wake up. Then I'm gonna have 1,500 calories in between that window, and then I'm not gonna eat 4 hours before I go to sleep. Ease back into the routine. I miss eating healthy, man. Our stream ain't doing so hot. I'm gonna take it to Twitter. Promoting the live. For some reason, this one is not doing as well as it has been the last couple days. I feel like it's the time personally. Man, I love SummerSlam. It's just such vibes. Do you think Brock is retired for real? Because I mean, I think it was pretty real at WrestleMania. Backlash is what, 2 days away? SmackDown will tell us a lot more about Backlash, likely more than we already know. Hopefully, they add a match. We'll see. Okay, enough promoting. We're here at this point. We'll say what we got to say. Yeah, people are a lot slower to come in today. I think it's the time, honestly. I really do. I think that's what it is. I've been obsessed with collecting wrestling games recently. I own so many. I've really been obsessed for some reason with just collecting wrestling games. I don't know why. They're fun. I love going back and reliving certain time periods. Different vibes, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I need to speak up. But yeah, we're hoping for some more people coming. We've been live for an hour and 13 minutes. This hasn't been the greatest stream of all time. Maybe I should go live 2 hours at least to make sure we get something going up in here. I personally think it could be the title. It could be anything. But you're just gonna have some streams that are like that. It's just how it is. It's part of the game. That is a part of the game, y'all. Let's have the stream pulled up here. Hmm. Okay. Jay chilling on the beat, waiting for people to come. Hear my beat. Oh yeah, if you notice my hands are dirty, my hands are dirty right now because I was messing with my car earlier. So yeah, that's why. Okay. Has anyone got any thoughts about Backlash Tampa? Is anyone even excited for this show? Even though my energy ain't the best today, I'm still going to show up. What we do. This new hantavirus shit's crazy, man. Already again. Nobody wants this shit. Nobody wants this shit. Nobody voted for this shit. And then someone will say, well, some people did. No, that's not what people voted for. That's not what was ran on. I mean, a lot of people's just wanting to peep in today, but not really say nothing. I don't know what everybody's deal is today. I found a gas station earlier that was doing 40 cents off today. Ended up getting 70 cents off. It was crazy. And that brought it down to like 3.59 or something a gallon. Or was it 4 something? Some people might not like the fact that I smoke on here. I really don't give a shit. Rob Van Dam smokes. You still watch him? A lot of people do. Okay. Yeah, to the parts where I went away, you guys can just skip over that if you want. To the replay gang out there. There's not really like too crazy much news right now in wrestling. All I can say is I'm hearing Zilla Fatu is going to debut possibly a Backlash. I mean, whatever. It's another Samoan. I mean, at least if you're going to bring in more Samoans, at least get rid of some of them. Some of the ones that aren't really doing shit. I heard someone say that they could have got rid of Jeff Cobb. They could have got rid of Jeff Cobb and Tonga Loa to spite Roman not wanting to, you know, be open minded with the contract negotiations. I really don't know. All we could do was speculate. That's really it. We could speculate. Some of us do it better than others. Some of us been in this wrestling shit for 20 years. Some of us know what we're talking about. Some of us don't. Some fans just don't know what the fuck they even want. They have to be told what they want. Triple H has to tell them what they want. Nick Khan. Well, Nick Khan don't give a shit. He says he don't even pay attention to the internet because the internet's not real. You know, he's right about that to an extent, but at the same time, the internet is real people. But, you know, they come crawling out of the woodworks to come to the internet. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of that. And I'm seeing a lot of people just coming in and popping out today. What's the deal? Is it the title? Is it the thumbnail? Am I too real for you? Like, what is it? You don't like that I'm smoking? Oh. And if you haven't already joined and liked up, I'm pissed at you. Why are you here watching if you don't like my shit? Fuck the ones doing that shit. I love the ones who are here genuinely. There's very few genuine people out there. There's some people who will tune in and they're like, "Yo, I like that guy's content. I'll support him. I'll give him a like." And then there's people that's like, "I don't like this guy, but I want to watch his content because he's entertaining and he puts out content, and I don't see what goes behind all the shit, all the work he puts in." That's what simple-minded people think. That's how they think. They don't know what goes into this shit. They don't know what goes in, what you have to put yourself through, how you have to drag yourself to show up in front of the camera to give your wrestling opinions to a dying product. Just the reality situation. To put all this work in to drag yourself to try to give a fuck about what this product is putting out. Nobody understands that shit though. They just see a screen like, oh, not my thing. They don't see what goes into it. A lot. You don't know what I did today, how I was feeling when I hopped on here, you know, what I had to do to get this stream going. You don't see that. Nobody sees that. That's just the reality of the situation. Kevin Owens is 42 today. Damn, man. These wrestlers, bro, they're getting up there, man. But Roman, if you're not going to show up full time, get the fuck out. Like Roman's not the draw he was. Let's be honest. Well, let's be honest with ourselves. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Roman Reigns is not the draw in 2026 that he was in 2020 to 2024. Roman Reigns is not the same draw that he was from 2020 to 2024. Still paying that man 15 million a year or whatever it is to sit at home. You know, it's different. You're gonna have to show up to work. You're gonna have to show up to work, Roman. That's just reality. We got a lot of Nighthawks in here. Coming up in here watching. I got a couple of them on this channel, and they know who they are. I got a couple of them on this channel. One of them rhymes with Wampage. The other one rhymes with EIT. They know who they are. They like to pop up in here, leave comments they don't like. Those people are bitches. They got nothing else going on. We show up in front of this camera no matter what we got going on. And nobody really knows exactly what it takes, like I said, to show up, give my opinion on some bullshit like WWE that we're seeing on our TV every week. I'm for the cuts because I like seeing all the filler get cut out. I think that's what should around the board. I think they released anyone who wasn't moving the needle merchandise wise and who couldn't fit in a 2 hour SmackDown show since the majority of the talent were SmackDown releases. Yeah, I agree. They obviously wanted to go back to 2 hours and they knew it wasn't going to fit in that 2 hour window, just like you said. Shout out, let's see the name, Around the Ballpark. Yeah, I agree. See, it's nice to see someone who's actually logical in the comments. It really is. Not a lot of people truly understand wrestling or how it works. They started watching in 2023 and they think they know everything when in reality they don't know shit. And that's just the reality of it. But it's nice to see someone who actually knows what they're talking about. Because those wrestlers weren't, like you said, they were not moving the needle. They weren't doing nothing. They were on cruise control. They were just there. They were never going to get better. They were just going to show up and wrestle. That's it. Show up and wrestle. Show up and wrestle. Show up and wrestle. But what are you adding to the company? You're just getting them through. You're just going through the motions. You're on cruise control. You're on autopilot. You're not stepping out the box. You're not using any creative control. Yeah, that if you're a wrestler and you're relying on WWE to book a character for you, you're going to fail miserably. You got to have some of your own ideas. You got to, the squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's what Chelsea Green said that she does and shit. Um, Closed mouths don't get fed. That's just the reality of the situation. That's why these talents got released. Bully Ray said they should have shook more hands. I don't know. I don't feel sorry for it. It's a business, not a charity event. You know what I'm saying? So I agree 100%. Well, I appreciate you for leaving a comment. We got a lot of people that show up in here. I don't, for whatever reason, I seem to attract a lot of haters. People who think for themselves naturally draw a lot of haters. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. People who form their own opinions, do their own research. People don't like it. I don't know if this Roman and Usos bond is going to last forever. I don't know if they want to go down that route. Once again, who knows? They could end up siding with Jacob. I don't know. They could do anything. We'll have an answer Saturday though. I'm excited to see the main event just to see where they go. Danhausen's tag partner. It's just going to be a disappointment. It might be Stephen A. Smith or somebody. Can see that low key. Around the Ballpark has a good following too. Good job, bro. I see you grinding, man. Keep it up. See you grinding. But anybody who's crying about these releases, they don't understand how wrestling works or how business works at that. It's not charity. You're not supposed to hold these people in the retirement home. Like, these fans are low IQ, bro, and TKO listens to these motherfuckers because they're the loud majority or the loud minority, I should say. We're the silent majority. That's just the reality. There's just a lot that's not cool anymore. The ring doesn't sound cool anymore. Everything's too polished. LED lights, advertisements everywhere. It just doesn't feel authentic. It doesn't feel like wrestling. It doesn't feel like they have a heart or a soul. Anything like that. Doing a podcast equals sacrificing time away, friends, family, hours, watching content, taking a risk financially, weekly for software, have to be consistent. W your lives, appreciate your hustle. Hey, we're grinding every day, man. 1 year ago, I barely wanted to show my face on camera. Like, I was so overweight, and I still am. I was at my highest. I was 150 pounds overweight. I'm 6'5", but I was 150 pounds overweight, and I've lost 70 pounds. And I've lost 70 pounds, and I want to lose about 80 more. Getting in shape just makes everything in life better. It really does. Can't wait to lose this face fat, dude. I'm gonna have such a chiseled fucking jawline, I swear. Face fat's the first place the fat goes, probably the last to leave too. For me. But yeah, podcast does it takes a lot. People don't understand, especially when you're like me and you have kids. Doing a podcast is hard. Doing a podcast is hard. These motherfuckers don't even understand. They don't understand what goes into this. And like, this might not be the best podcast ever today. Normally, I always bring it, but I still showed up today, and we're still here to talk. And there's going to be days like that. Not every day needs to be that way, but there's going to be days like that, regardless of how you look at it. We're all flawed. We're all flawed. It is what it is. Ain't nobody perfect. We're all sinners. Posted a short earlier. It's weird. My views ain't went up, and like normally it would have went up at least one or two views. I think it is stuck right now. It'll probably update. This stream ain't doing as well as the ones the last couple days. I think it might have been the title. It could have been the thumbnail. Could have been the time of the day. I mean, it's 6:30 right now. Some more people are starting to pop in now, though. People might be getting off work today. I'm not sure, but we're here to talk about wrestling, man. We're 2 days away from Backlash Tampa. We got John Cena. We got a tag team match. Dan Hales and Oscar versus Io. You got fucking. You got Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins. Jacob Fatu versus Roman Reigns. Is that really it? That doesn't sound like a lot. The Danhausen tag match. Man, if Stephen A. Smith shows up, ain't nobody want to see him. We see enough of him. We see enough. We don't want to see no more of him. I try to push myself on these podcasts though. Like when I start getting tired, I'm like, I tell myself, you got to go 20, 30 more minutes. Like you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to get these hours in. You got to be on the clock, or nobody's gonna know who the fuck you are. If you're not clocked in, nobody's gonna know who the fuck you are. Nobody's worried about you or your story. They got a million other things to worry about. If you're not clocked in, don't nobody know who the fuck you are. Remember that. If you're not clocked in, don't nobody give a shit who you are. Don't nobody give a shit about your story. You're unknown. You got to prove yourself in this world that we live in. Ain't time for handouts for nobody. Ain't you know, you just gotta fucking take it. That's the kind of world we live in. You gotta take it. Ain't nothing gonna be coming your way. Everything's taken in this world. Billionaires take your money every day. It's all taken. It is all taken. Real shizzo. Whew. All right, what y'all want to talk about, man? What y'all want to talk about, man? I thought about getting into like New Japan or something recently. I don't know. You never know what you could get into. It could be an old product I never seen. It don't matter. I really like 2000s to like 2010 TNA wrestling. TNA's awesome. It was awesome. Hogan and Bischoff ruined it. Ruined TNA. Let's see if there's any news. We promoting. We promoting. I'm putting my stream everywhere right now. Main event. Did I forget main event's still around? I remember when main event started back in 2012. What was it around like October or something? Maybe a little bit before 2012. Remember CM Punk and Sheamus as one of the earlier matches. Kali and Cesaro. I do not mean to all that. What? Ooh. Okay. Having attended the last 3 weeks of NXT live shows, they have the main roster is missing, and that's heart and soul in action. The crowd is always on fire, and there's always a consistent flow. Kendall Gray is going to be a superstar. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I really have not watched NXT probably in like a year or two. It's been a while. I'm just to me, there's just no like soul. I get what you're saying. Like, there's more heart and soul. Like the guys are hungry. They're young. They want to be there. But as far as the creative and the direction and things like that, I just can't really get into it. I've had stretches recently, where I've got back into it a little bit, and then they just always come back with the garbage. Not NXT, but just WWE as a whole. Like they always like. I enjoyed WrestleMania 42. I posted a video about that. I enjoyed WrestleMania 42. A lot of people did, and I was one of the few that praised it. A lot of other times recently, I haven't enjoyed a lot of what WWE's been doing, but I did enjoy WrestleMania 42. I thought it was a pretty decent show. A lot of people shit on it, but I feel like they were just looking for reasons mostly not to like it. Everything's got to be perfect. There's got to be 1,000 returns, or it sucks. That's how everybody sees it nowadays. There's not like 50 returns. You can't have returns every pay per view, or returns won't mean anything. Chelsea Green's having a heart procedure. Yeah, a lot of these people are just too old to be there, man. They've already done everything they're gonna do. There's nothing else for them to really do. I'm gonna just be honest. There's nothing really else for them to do. It's sad. What else is there for Sami Zayn to do? I enjoy watching a lot of older wrestling recently. Not too old. I watch all the different types of shows. Recently, I've been getting in a lot of 2019 WWE again. Sometimes I'll go back watch the 80s. It just really depends on what kind of mood I'm in. I go back and study and everything like that. I've been a wrestling fan for 20 years. Always do that stuff. Play a lot of the old wrestling games as well. I have a lot of them. The current roster is literally just one of the worst ones I've seen. Like Logan Paul, I'm tired of seeing him on my TV. I thought he was okay for a while when he was part time. Then he started showing up every week and becoming full time. Once he started doing that, I really just didn't give a shit. I just thought he became annoying, repetitive, redundant, and corny. And he just doesn't feel like a wrestler. To me, that's just my opinion. There's that new dude, the Will dude. Is that his name? I can't remember his exact name. He, I don't know. He just proves that anyone can get into WWE. I don't know how tall he is, if he's even that tall, but he proves literally anyone could get into wrestling or WWE these days. It's all about the right moves. It's about who you know. There's a lot of nepo, but that's the thing. Wrestling has way too many nepo babies. Way too many nepo babies. Nepotism runs strong in a lot of things, but WWE particularly, it fucking, I don't know what it is. It's like it's one of the worst ones. It's all who you know, who you know, who you know. Thank you guys for anyone who's tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to stay connected to my videos, if you feel like you might want to come back and get some new opinions from me on what some things that are going to end up happening in WWE, you can subscribe to me. You can turn on the notifications. You get notified every time I upload a new video, live, short. We're pretty consistent on here, so it's worth the sub. You'll get content. It ain't gonna become like a filler role. It'll be pretty interesting. I recommend subbing and turn on notifications. If you like it, helps push my videos to the algorithm. It helps advance YouTube channel, and that's just better for everybody. It's more content, things like that in the wrestling space. We do gaming too, but you know, we got our hands in a bunch of cookie jars. You know what I mean? You hear sirens outside. It's always trains, sirens, cars. Dude, I hate it. I hate it. What's today? Thursday. TNA comes on. Dynamite was last night. SmackDown's tomorrow. Collision Saturday. And so is Backlash Tampa going against Collision. That's funny. Man, I feel like Collision's just had to get their ass kicked for like the last 3 years since they started. What June of 2023, something like that. Yeah, it had to be something like that. Ah, ooh. All right, look, we have comments. Why is there 0 likes? Come on, there's people watching, and there right now there's there's 0 like that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't want nobody in here that's not gonna support. Hell with that. We want to make sure we got supporters over here, so let me catch a hater. They're getting blocked. Fucking haters, bro. Like they're everywhere these days. They really are. I've had quite a few. The silent haters are the worst ones. Because at least the loud haters, they let you know what's up. The ones that pretend like they're cool with you, but they don't really support you, those are like the worst ones by far. The absolute worst supporters to have. But no matter what you do, you're gonna have haters. You could do, there's no one on this earth that doesn't have one hater, no matter how great of a person you are. Supporters to have. But no matter what you do, you're gonna have haters. You could do, there's no one on this earth that doesn't have one hater, no matter how great of a person you are. It's crazy how fucking fucked wrestling is. They're using AI, man. Hell, who knows? AI is probably more creative than Triple H. Crazy how fucking fucked wrestling is. Triple H using Chat GPT, Claude, Gemini, Brock. Hell, who knows? AI is probably more creative than Triple H. Triple H ain't that creative though. Never has been. Probably never will be. Probably never will be. Triple H ain't that creative though. Never has been. Probably never will be. Man, I want to get into action figures again. Action figures are so cool. Oh no! I can't have that. It's playing music. Can't get copyrighted. No, sir. Man, I want to get into action figures again. I don't know. This stream is doing shitty compared to my other ones. Oh no 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 no! I can't have that. It's playing music. Can't get copyrighted. No no no, sir. I don't know. This stream is doing shitty compared to my other ones. But I think I'm gonna cut the stream short. It's not really doing great today. We'll stream again later and see how it does. Appreciate anyone who tuned in. It really means a lot. Turn on the notifications. You'll see me go live later. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be back with more opinions later. But I think I'm gonna cut the stream short. Make sure to subscribe. Appreciate